Good morning, everyone. Coming in hot. It's Marnie Semick, the Marnie Morning Show. So excited and happy to be with you today and also to be with our guest who's totally amazing. He's a great friend of mine, Billy Mandarino. And I've got amazing news for my audience. It is totally possible for you to have a cameo in his movie. And so we're going to talk about what is she talking about? What does that mean? And also learn a little bit about the vision and the mission that Billy is on, which is very similar to my mission in life. And so I'm super excited to bring you Billy this morning. So Billy, give us the what's it for, the how's it going, give us the introduction, and what are you doing and why are you doing it?
Thank you, Super Marnie. You are a force of nature, my sister. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here with your crew, with your followers, with your tribe. And I'm in love with the present moment. I'm in love. I wrote a book called The Nowist. It came out in 2018. And it's all a spiritual journey of how I found the present moment to be the most powerful part of your life. It's a spiritual memoir. It's stories. It's an event of transformation to help me kind of like a monarch butterfly metamorphosize from this lower self to this higher self, which I call being a nowist. And it's full of stories. But ultimately, this journey is taking me in different creative, also an artist, a musician. It's taking me on creative journeys. And this next journey, I've done live events, I've done coaching for years, online courses, toured the world speaking. But I figured out after our last event in 2022 that I needed to show up in a bigger way for this message and the mission and my purpose, which is, they say, your mission on this life is to find your purpose and then to give it away.
Yeah.
Well, I want to give it away in a different way. We're creating this feature length film. We spent 2 years with Michael Balker, my screenwriting partner, and I on this movie, creating this screenplay, which is a transformative story about coming out of trauma. And it's apropos because 2022, we all came out of trauma with the pandemic, this global pandemic. I thought, what a great way to serve this world. And Steve Jobs has this great quote. He says, the storytellers are the most powerful beings on the planet. They set the trends, they set the new, series of events in people's life, and they shift the culture. And so how perfect is it to tell a story? And people love movies. People see themselves in movies. You can't, a great movie, you can't leave the theater and not think about it for a week.
True.
Or tell your friends about it. And I believe we've written that kind of movie. And the better thing is about 6 weeks ago, we attracted the universe, divine synchronicities fell upon us and brought us one of the greatest screenwriters in Hollywood. His name is Anthony Tambakis. So we hired him to write a screen-written version of the screenplay that Michael and I did.
Oh,
and we have an actor, we have a wonderful director, Brantley Gutierrez. There's the screenplay right there. For Now is the name of our film. Cool. So Anthony Tambakis is the screenwriter. Brantley Gutierrez is the director. We have a production company. We're just looking to raise funds to make this movie. It's all shot in Santa Barbara. And it's a story about emerging from trauma.
Yes. Okay. So it does have a spiritual message then? Is it a spiritual film or does it have a spiritual message, or how would you describe it?
So our movie is about shining the light of awareness on this global issue. 2/3 of the planet has an unresolved trauma that they don't even know they have.
Right.
And what really kicked off the impetus to write this movie and create this story and this movement/movie is a quote from Carl Jung. He says, until you make the unconscious conscious, the unconscious will rule your life and you'll call it fate. Well, if 2/3 of the planet has an unresolved trauma, they don't even know they have this problem. Yet they have cancer in their life. They have bankruptcy, divorce, issues, physical issues, self-sabotaging patterns, which speaks right into that quote that Carl Jung so eloquently presented in this world in stress.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. Well, now, is it okay if we show a trailer of
that'd be great. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So we have a conceptual trailer that Billy and his team have done. And so I thought I would just give you guys a sneak peek here.
They say storms are loudest just before they pass. But for me, the storm was always there. In the silence between laughs. In the shadows of love. Jill believed our love was unshakable, that together we could weather anything.
You know, this place has a ghost. They say it only visits kids who don't go to bed on time.
I remember when life was so simple. She called our family her anchor, her strength, and for a time it was enough.
You're my safe place, Thomas. You always have been.
Safe? I'm more like a storm.
Maybe. But storms can be beautiful.
But even love and faith can't always hold back the storm inside. Jill believed in us, even when I didn't believe in myself. She thought love could fix anything.
Faith can guide us through the darkest storms, but even the strongest among us can falter.
But sometimes faith isn't enough. Sometimes the storms inside us demand to be faced head on.
Unresolved trauma afflicts more than half of us. It changes who we are, what we do, and how we see the world.
The storm wasn't just inside me. It was everywhere. It was taking everything I loved. I thought I could protect them. I thought I could keep the storm away. I was wrong.
I could see it. The storm in his eyes. And I knew if I didn't reach him, we'd all be lost.
I tried to bury it, but the past never stays buried.
Thomas, don't do it.
Some storms pass, leaving scars. But love has the power to heal them.
Wow. So good, right? So
Thank you, Josh and Garrett, for creating that conceptual chair. They have this wonderful company called Amigos Creative out of Santa Monica. They created that conceptual trailer for us.
yeah, it's really powerful. And I think I'm one of the few people that read your original script. So I know what happens and I'm not going to give it away.
Oh yeah, it's a psychological thriller. It's
Yeah.
it's a mystery.
Really powerful.
Yeah,
Really
it's
powerful.
and our director Brantley Gutierrez has coined this phrase. He calls it Santa Barbara noir. So right, it has this darkness, but we're shooting it all here in Santa Barbara, which is arguably it's the American Riviera, one of the most beautiful places on the planet. But it has this darkness to it, but it's about shining light, amplifying light on this global issue that is unresolved trauma.
Yeah, I know it. I know it just from my own spiritual evolution and awakening. The trauma still can live unless you address it, unless you shine a light on it, as you're saying. So I think this work is super powerful. The work that you're doing is powerful. But now let's get on to the very exciting part. How can we be in a movie, Billy?
Wow. Well,
how can we be in your movie? Because
this is a feature-length film. This is
Okay.
not a B movie. It's not a low-budget movie. We're looking to raise a substantial amount of money to make this film, a global movement. That's why it's a movie/movement. It's not just making some entertaining story. It's
Right.
I have the mission, along with Michael Balker, my co-writing, my screenwriting partner. We have a production company called Castle Cave Productions here in Santa Barbara. This is our first feature-length film that we're producing, but it's about a movement. I really want to serve people, as I have with the Now Is Teaching. The book came out in 2018, all these live events and teaching and speaking and traveling. And I just figure if I'm going to serve more people, we need to be on the big screens. We need to be on the small screens, the streaming services, actually after it has its theatrical release. But our big dream is to shoot it October 1st, 2025 here in Santa Barbara. We have everything lined up. We just need the funds. We need your help, please, to help us raise the funds. So if you go to fornowfilm.com, I think Marnie has it in the chat. Fornowfilm.com. Fornowfilm.com. You can find out how you can actually be in the movie.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about that, because I think that's pretty exciting. How can we be in the movie? I know that there's certain donation tiers, and I just put it in the chat for everyone listening. There's certain donation tiers, and you can learn more about the people and more about Billy and Michael. But certain tiers will get you something other than just donation, right? So do you want to just chat about that for a sec?
Correct. So thank you so much for bringing up the landing page, or the kind of the pitch deck, as we call it in Hollywood. I'm learning the language, the verbiage of Hollywood speak. So this beautiful landing page has got different levels of it's not a donation. We're not a 501(c)(3). This is about shining the light of awareness on a movement, a global movement. We're looking to create change. to Direct Relief International, who's a local company that has been helping so many people globally with physical, with aid, with kits down in the LA fire zone and the Palisades fires. And they're just making such a global shift and physically helping people. But we're hoping to serve people globally from Santa Barbara, a very Santa Barbara centric mission. But we're helping you internally. We're helping you spiritually. We're helping you subconsciously with this movie. So we really need your help. So you see on the screen right now, you see the different tiers that you can donate. But if you would like to be in the film, a cameo level of donation, you have to just send me a text or an email through the very top there. It's contact us at thebillymandarino.com. There's a contact us link, and I will send you a special VIP trailer which has the link to 2 other levels of contribution to this movement / mission. And that's how you can be in this movie, have a speaking role. You really could probably get a SAG card because you'll have a line in a feature-length film. You'll have a cameo in this movie.
That's kind of cool. Okay, so I'm also going to put the GoFundMe in the chat for those that are interested, because here's the thing about just donating at any level. Donating at any level is going to put people on your email list. And so they're automatically going to be a part of the movement and be a part of the tribe, right?
Absolutely. So, behind the scenes, we're going to keep you in the loop of how things are going. We're working with the Santa Barbara International Film Festival. We have meetings set up with the president, looking to get them to tie ropes around this movement and have Santa Barbara be part of it. Because this movie, when it's finished, when it's shot in the can and out in the world, it's going to be the best really postcard for this city that has probably ever existed. And the best part of it is it's beautiful. It's going to be theatrical. It's a psychological thriller, but it's going to have a takeaway. You're going to be entertained, but you're also going to leave the theater feeling like you have an opportunity to make your life better and to help other people make their life better and get out of this trauma that's suppressed in the subconscious.
Right. And also I think some levels they get to be a part of your community, right? So they automatically donate, and then they become part of your coaching community or in your community. So they can get this, they can get some life coaching and some coaching from you.
Absolutely. Certain levels of funding, of supporting our movement have gifts. They also have, I can personally coach you for a 12-week program we have called Becoming Your Infinite Self. I'm so honored to be of service to people that are interested in that. It's the nowist teaching, but it's in a deep dive level with a 12-week program, personally with me, helping you work through your life and finding the best version of yourself in your authentic self.
Right. And I just want to tell our audience, like Billy and I have had many, many conversations about spirituality, about trauma, about life experience. And we always just go deep really fast. And that's what I can really appreciate about you, is I know that you're speaking from your heart, and I know that it's authentically true. And you've really given me a lot of gifts in my life too. Like just, in moments of doubt, doubting myself, you're just somehow, you find yourself right there, and we happen to cross paths, and you give me a bit of wisdom, and it's actually really helpful. So I think the world needs more of Billy. I think, like your book is amazing and the movie is great. And I just think that you're out there and you're helping people. And so I think the world needs to experience more of you. So if anybody gets a chance to work with Billy, it would be well worth it.
Thank you, Marnie. You're a soul sister. I really appreciate you. I appreciate how you show up in the world, how you help coaches and you serve people, and you are shining the light into what you're doing in your world, your mission to serve, your dharma, your purpose. You're showing up in this world in a huge way to serve people by helping other people serve people. So you have a magnanimous heart. So I love that about you.
Thank you. All right. So what are the last things we need to know about this experience, about the For Now movie? We've put some links in the chat. So you want to visit billymandarino.com /For Now the movie, right? So it's for-now-the-movie. And
or a quicker way is just fornowfilm.com. If they go to fornowfilm.com, it sends you right to that page.
Cool. And I also put it in the description, so you can just look in the description. It'll be there. But give us like one piece of advice for our day today, Billy, like make somebody's life better. What can you tell us? What kind of tip can you give us?
Okay, really short. The sweetest one that I have that I've spoken about and given to all levels of people in this world is, what is NOW spelled backwards?
One.
When you're in the now, you've won. You've won your presence back. It's also a homonym, O-N-E, one. One moment in time. When you're in the now, you've won. When you can learn to focus on one moment in time, but it has to be connected with your presence, which you can get there quickly with a breath, with a conscious breath. There's this really quick technique you can do. It's short, just like N-O-W spelled backwards, where you take 2 quick inhales in your nose, hold for a beat, and then blow out. It'll physically get you out of stress quickly. But then when you have the awareness to know that I just need to focus on this moment, when you're in the now, you have won. It's a simple interrupt to your pattern of disassociation with stress and overwhelm and problems that you might be feeling in the moment. It just connects, it interrupts that pattern quickly.
Yes, and gets you to connect. Well,
that's the speed round, Marnie. That was a speed round.
Oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. And you know, just always enjoy my time with you, Billy. You have such really great, clean, clear energy, so vibrant and loving and kind. And so just want to say thanks. I'll just say goodbye to our audience now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and listening. You stay on, Billy, because I want to chat with you. But
thank you, everybody.
Wishing lots of love. Donate
all
to
the best.
me. Okay, we'll see you later. Okay, bye.